development offers you an opportunity to use the questions to not only update you on matters of national interest during the program, but also when we bring to you the initial presentation, sometimes persons so it's a very interactive and engaging program. And I'm happy that you decided to join us this evening. My name is Jacqueline Bryan, and I'm your moderator this evening. The Prime Minister is joined this evening during the program where we bring the Minister of Health, Information, Communication and Technology, or ICT, and Entertainment, Entrepreneurship, and happy that talent development to join us Honorable this evening. My name is Jacqueline Bryan, and I'm your moderator. He's also joined by Accountant General Levi Bradshaw this evening, as well as the Controller, the Minister of Inland Revenue, the Inland Revenue Department, also known as IRD, Edward Entertainment, Entrepreneurship. We're going to begin talent development with opening remarks by the Prime Minister, and then we'll hear from his special guest. He's also joined by Mr. Prime Minister General Levi Bradshaw, as well as the Controller of Inland Revenue, the Inland Revenue Department, also known as IRD, Edward Gift. We're going to begin with opening remarks by the Prime Minister, and then we'll hear from his special guest. Mr. Prime Minister. Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. My fellow citizens and residents, thank you for tuning in to Leadership Matters. Leadership Matters is a popular, interactive program aired across several media houses and platforms, including ZIZ TV and Radio, Facebook, and YouTube. On Leadership Matters, we discuss issues of national importance. This is a critical forum where your team Unity Government can speak directly to you. It is our chance to tell you about our plans and how we are working for you to build a stronger and safer future. This Leadership Matters Forum brings us closer together, and that is why I always enjoy being here, and I thank you for your participation. Tonight, I want to talk to you about our plans to put our economy back on track and deliver on our promise to create a stronger and safer future. The national budget is a critical tool by which we will deliver the stronger and safer future. In order to help our citizens and residents better appreciate the importance of the budget as an instrument of public accountability, good governance, and transparency, we will focus on our government's plans for economic recovery. Our budget is taking place against the backdrop of signs of an emerging recovery. The IMF has projected that 2022 will be a year of high economic growth for St. Kitts and Nevis. Our budget will be one important instrument which will propel that growth and keep St. Kitts and Nevis moving in the right direction with visible improvements in our people's standard of living. That is more jobs, higher incomes, better homes, and more opportunities. The good news is that we are seeing favorable results in the key economic drivers: agriculture and fisheries, manufacturing, tourism rebounding, construction, and financial intermediation showing increased growth. Our 2022 budget will ensure that further progress is made in these our traditional sectors. We have plans to create even more jobs and build new and innovative sectors. Crafting the budget is principally about allocating resources and forecasting revenues. And I assure you, every citizen, that we will strive to ensure that adequate resources will be provided to consolidate and expand upon the significant gains which we have made thus far in 2021. Our budget process will continue to be reliable and fit for purpose. Our primary promise is to create a stronger and safer future for all. It is our hope that this budget will advance our ongoing efforts in delivering that stronger, safer future. Before I go on, I want, however, to apprise our citizens and residents about some policy decisions our Cabinet has made to assist in delivering a better Christmas season to our people. These decisions relate to the discounted VAT rate day and duty-free allowances. The concessions this year are intended to ease the burden on the working people and vulnerable sectors of our society and facilitate access by the vast majority of our people to a larger quantity of goods. The huge VAT reduction from 17% to 5% will make goods more affordable and boost business activity in St. Kitts and Nevis. In addition to the 2 VAT discount days, when approved, businesses will charge 5% on goods. Consumers will benefit from the following additional concessions. 1. The regular allowance of gift packages of foodstuff will be revised to allow the first £500 free of duties and taxes. In prior years, only the first £100 were exempted. This most generous concession on food items will start not in December, as was previously done, but from November 15th, 2021, and will be extended to February 28, 2022. In other words, for over 3 months, consumers will have access to more affordable food. In making this concession available for such an unprecedented long period, we took into account delays in shipment of goods now being experienced around the world. My government wants to ensure that for as long as is fiscally prudent, we intervene to allow more affordable goods. My government is a compassionate and generous one. We are doing unprecedented things to protect the poor and vulnerable and to help a wide cross-section of our community to thrive, even during what is a most challenging period of the century. Normally, travelers receive a duty-free allowance of EC $400 off the CIF value. My government has again brought more relief to our people by increasing the duty-free allowance to travelers and goods valued at EC $540 or US $200 during the period 1st December until the 31st of December 2021. In the case of vehicles, no VAT would be charged on the first $50,000. Values greater than $50,000 EC will be subject to the usual 17% VAT. Turning more specifically now to the 2022 budget. For our budget for the financial year 2020, provide for infrastructure in several housing projects. It will provide for our pensioners, public servants, government auxiliary employees. It will provide resources for continuing the build-out of a resilient health system, particularly at a time when COVID-19 will become endemic. Let me pause to commend our Minister of Health, the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, Permanent Secretary Dr. Delores Stapleton Harris, and other health experts, led by our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Hazel Laws, our Medical Chief of Staff at the JNF Hospital, Dr. Cameron Wilkerson, and all health workers for the recognition by PAHO recently. PAHO recently gave our excellent rollout of the vaccination program high marks. This 2022 budget, therefore, will be a focus plan on locking in a strong economy as we come out of the shadow of COVID-19. I repeat, the 2022 budget will be a focus plan on locking in a strong economy as we come out of the shadow of COVID-19. More details of these initiatives will be outlined in the budget address and the Appropriation Bill 2022. I will be interested in hearing ideas from members of the public on things they would like to see in the budget and any other matters of interest. Finally, a gentle reminder that our economy will only achieve its full potential through disciplined action by every one of us. Each of us should encourage everyone 12 years and older to get vaccinated for their own protection and for the protection of all in our country. We are indeed in this together. None of us is safe until all of us are safe. I invite every teacher, every teaching assistant, indeed everyone on our school compounds to get vaccinated. We should avoid the spread of COVID-19 in our schools and the disruption of teaching and learning in our educational institutions. The best way to do this is by vaccination. We urge every employee of the government, especially our crossing guards, police officers, defense force officers, teachers, nurses, and doctors to get vaccinated. The security and safety of our country depend on you being vaccinated. I must commend the over 26,000 adults who have already taken their first dose of the vaccine. The parents and guardians who have taken their children to be vaccinated are also to be commended. Even more students should get vaccinated before the end of the school term. I am happy for the support of the panelists tonight. I welcome the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet, Minister of Health, Mr. Levi Bracher, our Accountant General, and Mr. Edward Giff, the Comptroller of Inland Revenue. I thank them all for accepting the invitation to participate in this episode of Leadership Matters. May God continue to bless our people, and may He bless and prosper the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you very much again, and I know tonight's Leadership Matters will be another informative one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Prime Minister. We're now going to hear from the Minister of Health, ICT, Entertainment, Entrepreneurship and the Talent Development, the Honorable Akila Byron Nisbet.
Thank you very much, Jackie, and thank you to the Prime Minister for having me here tonight on this episode of Leadership Matters, and good night to my other panelists who are here as well. I want to first of all thank the Prime Minister for his commendation regarding our vaccination rollout. And yes, PAHO did indicate that St. Kitts and Nevis for some time now, they have been telling us at the Ministry of Health that they are very pleased with the way in which we were able to roll out our vaccination program and the successes that we have achieved. But I also want to thank the Prime Minister as well for his advocacy in relation to the vaccination program. I'm sure many of you know, Saturday after Saturday, he would be at the health centers ensuring that persons are vaccinated and getting persons out to vaccinate. So our success are also in part to his hard work as well. And so from the Ministry of Health, we say thank you to the Prime Minister for his advocacy as well. Tonight, I am here in my capacity as the Minister of Entrepreneurship, Entertainment and Talent Development. We are here speaking about Budget 2022 and our way forward. And what's important to us as a government is being able to diversify our economy. We have learned lessons from the pandemic, and we understand the importance of us being able to diversify our economy. Since around the campaign of 2020, the government have shown a keen interest in the development, in particular, of our entertainment industry, such that we have developed this new Ministry of Entrepreneurship, Entertainment, and Talent Development. Over the past 9 months, the ministry have been working towards building out at the policy level, the infrastructure, at the foundational levels, what the ministry's focus, aims, visions, missions, and plans will be. And so tonight, I am here in my capacity as minister with responsibility for that ministry in particular, so that we can also share with you, the general public, the way forward in which we believe that we need to take our country, our economy, this industry, so that we can ensure we receive or we are able to achieve diversification as is necessary. And so what I would like to do is to share with you just some insight into what the ministry have been doing over the past few months, as well as where we wish to see the ministry go and how we think that this ministry would be able to be of support to, of assistance to persons within that industry, as well as the belief that we have that this ministry and this industry as a whole will be able to assist in the diversification of our economy. Now, just recently, the ministry would have engaged quite a number of persons within the creative space as we reached out to them and spoke with them about what the ministry is all about, our visions and plans, as well as to be able to get feedback from those individuals in terms of how do they believe that this ministry would best be able to serve and help them as well, and as such be able to help us as we begin the diversification of our economy. And so it is thought that our ministry will be able to develop policy initiatives that seek to transform the creative and innovative industries through entrepreneurship and economic value creation. And we have sought to engage persons within the industry to get feedback as we went along the process. And once we had a clear direction, we began a series of forums with the wider entertainment and creative industry to share what we would have come up with, as well as to get their feedback and recommendations. This level of engagement will continue, and we believe it is only through government and industry collaboration that the creative sector can truly flourish in our federation. Your input is valuable, and the input of the persons within this industry is valuable,